Hey there, Tom, and that cold front we're monitoring has picked up pace. It is now moving through our northern counties and will be here before we know it in Houston. I think within the next 2 hours, we'll start to feel that drop here in Houston. It's currently 63 degrees, but I would say just a couple of hours ago, this evening, it was in the mid-50s in Dallas. Now they're at 39. So this is really going to be a strong cold front that is going to make it feel quite colder by tomorrow morning. We can already start to see that northerly wind shift in Huntsville, College Station, Navasota. Temperatures in the upper 50s now. That cold air is really going to take over the forecast tonight, dropping all the way into the upper 30s by tomorrow morning. So you'll need likely a scarf, even a jacket tomorrow morning, because how cold it's going to be, not just because of the temperature, but because of the breeze. We will have a wind chill tomorrow morning, making it feel like potentially near freezing or even below that, even though temperatures are not going to fall below freezing tomorrow morning. As for 13 alert radar, right now we are drying out after that front rolled through. We only saw a couple of light showers and storms today. We have another storm chance up on the board with the forecast on Tuesday. We're going to be talking more about that, plus that midweek freeze that we have a close eye on coming up in my forecast, Tom. And tonight we are monitoring a cold front that is just on our doorstep. The drop is coming.
Dixie was the first book to deal with environmental justice.
Professor, author, and advocate Dr. Robert Bullard says
Neighborhoods and black middle income neighborhoods, it didn't matter.
Now the story has evolved to how do we break this cycle?
The way we break the cycle is that we have to make sure that all communities have worth. Yeah. I don't know.
It's worth of work, but still a lot of work left to do.
Absolutely. As I was speaking to him, you know, this started with landfills, but now we see here with the lack of zoning laws here in Houston, it's become plants being built next to plants and industry being built next to industry. I mean, you see East Houston in the east side of Harris County. That's a prime example of that. So it is really a double-edged sword to think that Houston was really the birthplace for environmental justice, but it's because of a big issue that they saw in their research.
His good work continues, I know. And our good weather, is that continuing?
It depends on your perspective of what's good weather.
Sure. So we don't like to characterize weather as good or bad, right? But warm or cold? It's going to be a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. So tomorrow morning, definitely cold. Winter not only returning tomorrow, but winter is sticking around for much of this week with the potential for a freeze, a hard freeze on Thursday. And that's why we have you on weather watch for Thursday, because temperatures will be falling into the low to mid 20s. So that is definitely a potentially pipe bursting freeze here in Southeast Texas. So make sure you have all of your winterized gear ready to go for your home. Then on Friday as well, Friday mornings though will be below freezing as well. So that's another morning we'll be monitoring for a light freeze. Thankfully, each day temperatures will get above freezing. So we're not seeing more than 24 hours below freezing at any time at this point. But you do see here very cold as we enter the middle to later portion of this week. And here's how this is all going to play out. It's actually quite similar to what we just saw today. A weather system will first bring us the chance for showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. Then that system is swept away by the Arctic front, which opens the door for the potential to see those below freezing temperatures 2 mornings in a row. Now, at the same time, we'll be watching a potentially another system developing, and this is new data. This is new analysis. Northern side of it, we could see precipitation. With temperatures in the upper 30s or 40s, that would mean rain for the Texas coastline. But you know that's something we're going to be keeping a close eye on if that all could come into fruition. But what we have increasing confidence in is the potential for that Arctic front to roll in on Wednesday, and that would give us 2 freezing mornings Thursday and Friday. That's what we really need to prepare for at this moment. And this front is mainly going to be a dry front for us. The one thing about how cold this air is going to be is that it's going to be very cold and very dry. So that's good news for us in terms of no wintry precipitation, but we'll be keeping a close eye on how the second half of the week could evolve after that front moves through. We saw a front move through today, or it's moving through right now. We had some showers and thunderstorms today, and now you see some of those light blue, thin high-level clouds out here on our True Color satellite. Those will move in overnight. Those are those high cirrus clouds, so it's not going to block out the sunshine. That's good because that sun is going to need to warm us up by tomorrow morning. 39 degrees, cold start to the day. Factor in the breeze. We could have wind chill values making it feel 5 to 10 degrees colder than what the thermometer is reading. So tomorrow afternoon, we're only warming up into the mid-50s. Very cold day compared to what we had today, about 20 to 30 degrees colder at that mark. So when we go through Future Track, thankfully, we're not talking about a lot of precipitation or cloud cover. Again, some of those thin high-level clouds. That freezing line is going to get close to College Station in some of our northern counties, but I don't think it's going to approach us and move all the way through this time around. You see by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, it's bright sunshine, and we keep that train going into the start of this new week. So Monday for President's Day, pretty much a copy-paste forecast, just not as windy. Moving into the rest of the 10-day forecast, thunderstorms likely Tuesday evening with that system that then opens the door for that cool down. Wednesday through Friday, cold winter. That's what we need to prepare for this week. Then looking ahead to beyond that, we do warm back up into the 70s. So we do see temperatures rebound quite nicely after we have some pretty cold days, Tom.
Before we go, another look at the weather with Elyse.
Today it felt a little more like summer, or late spring, I should say, with temperatures in the 80s. But tomorrow...
All right, Elyse, thank you. And thank you for staying up late with us. That's our report for tonight. Join us tomorrow morning for Eyewitness News beginning at 6 a.m. For Elyse Smith and all of us here, I'm Tom Abrams. Have a good night and be kind to one another.